Hello, this is a quick little exercise that I'm going to do, and it's part of it is on the menu bar. I would like for you to also combine things the way that I have and send me a copy of whatever you've made a picture of, and you can just send that through the regular email. There are several things I need to tell you in advance. First of all, I will not be able to talk to you and move things around on the screen at the same time a lot of times because of the microphone I have. Um, I did purchase another one, but the sound quality was nil on it. So I have to keep my finger on a button the whole time that I talk in order for my voice to be recorded. The other thing is, I haven't written anything down. So there are going to be times that I sound a little scattered because what I'm doing is I'm trying to think about not only what I'm doing, what the next step, and what the next step, and what the next step will be, and sometimes how I'm going to explain what I'm trying to do. So, I hope that there are times that I will just not talk at all, but I'm not certain. You might hear the the other thing is I have a very bad habit of moving the mouse around unnecessarily. So if you see the little drunken mouse, just kind of ignore it, but pay attention to whenever I select a command or I move a design. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this flower here. And I'm going to move it right here. All right. Um, I should have left the little box around this flower because I might have lost control of it. Yes, I did. Whenever you lose control of a smaller design in a large design, Viking tells you to go on ahead, press control, click your mouse, and get control of it. I find that doesn't work a lot of times. I find that shift and double click a lot of times will bring it up better for you. So I got control of my design, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the design and I'm going to go to layout order. Layout order has four different components: move forward and move backwards. Both of those commands you have to have three or more designs. It moves the design back in very small increments. And if you try to use it with only two designs, it won't do anything. Move front and move back are the two commands that you will want to use when you only are manipulating two designs. And what we're going to do at the same time the program has been set up. And let's go over to edit and select preference. And you can see that I have the remove overlap when combining embroideries on. And I'm going to use that the majority of the time. I have highlighted the information though on your handout of there are times that I don't want to use the overlap, remove the overlap, mainly because the stitch quality of the design becomes very poor. There's another thing that happens though. A lot of times, let's say that this flower stitching out and it's over the handle. One of two things will happen. This flower will divide up, and if it's a small design or satin stitch, a lot of times the design is going to look very poor, lopsided. Um, the other thing that happens is the handle that is over the top. it is going to stitch out part of that handle. However, it's going to be in the color of the flower. So we will work on going to the edit tab later on and removing those unwanted stitches. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and set this in the background. Um, I will also take it off at another time. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead, get control of my flower again, and move it to the background. Okay, I'm going to grab my little daisy here and I'm going to move it over. It looks pretty good there, like maybe it's just kind of hanging out. But what if I move it over a bit and then drop it in the background? Let's see what happens. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, give it a little depth. And this flower here, it's kind of funny because now the ability to rotate it and adjust it is there, but earlier I wasn't able to get any control over the flowers. So I did the adjustment of the angle that I thought I might want it at, took it to the edit tab, got rid of the lower half of the flower so that I can go ahead and move it at this point. And I'm just going to stick it right there. Maybe tilt it just a little bit more. There. I like that. Okay. At this point, I'm going to stop talking to you for a little bit. But what I want you to notice is I am going to combine my designs. Mainly because I do not want this tulip or this flower to be a part of this design at this time, because I am getting ready to turn off the remove overlap option. What you will need to do when you do this is collect Shift or Control or both. Click on each part of the little design. Okay, and then you want to go up to File, go down to Combine. Select Combine Selected, because you don't want the other two designs in there. And the program is removing the overlap right now. Come on. Okay, at this time you can see it's all put together. I'm going to run over here, center my design. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to go down to Preference, and I'm going to remove my overlap and close the program. The reason I'm doing it is because I know the stitch quality is going to be better. At this time, with the knowledge that you may have, the only way that you will know that it's going to be better will be because you have actually tried to stitch the design out. Later on, you will be able to take it to the Edit tab, look at the colors of the threads that are there, and decide, do I want to leave this in here or do I want to take it out? So I'm going to take this little tulip here, move it down to right about there, and I'm going to rotate it just a little bit so that it looks like almost it's coming out of the soil. Stick it right there. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, it went to the back. If it goes to the back, now that I am not combining it, as far as removing stitches, I would be happy with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. but I'm going to try to see what it looks like if it's on the top. So I'm going to go to my design again, layout, move to front this time. Click, see what it looks like. I kind of like it there. Okay, for this design, I want it to go right down here at the front. So I'm just going to grab this little rotation handle and rotate my design a little bit. And I'm going to move it over to the water pitcher. It's underneath, so once again, I need to move it to the front. Okay, I like it, but let's try angling it up just a little bit. Yeah, I want to angle it up a little bit more. Click off of that. I kind of like that. Okay, now that I have this done, I'm going to just give you a little sneak preview of what we're going to do later on. At this time, though, the most important thing will be that I combine my design. I want to keep all my work there. The computer seems like it's taking its sweet time. Combine the design. Do, 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 do. I wonder what's going on with my computer. I'm going to stop for a little bit and see what happens. All right, I'm back after a brief intermission. One of the things that I need to tell people to do that I didn't do is save. Okay, now I'm doing the combine right now, and my designs have an overlap, and then there are other designs that are not overlapped. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do at this time is basically, this lesson is complete, but let's dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to go to motif, and I'm going to choose this little design here, and I'm going to apply it. Pull it up here, and then let's go on ahead, go back to the design tab, click on Encore, and I'm going to say I want it around there 13 times. I'm going to click OK. Alright, let's just pull this down a little bit to where it looks as though the designs are touching. Okay, one thing that happens when you use Encore, you have to right click in order to not lose your command and to get control back over your menu bar. So I'm going to go ahead and right click at this time. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's run over to frames. Let's choose a frame. We can do that on another lesson. This one's long enough. Okay, I want you to make your design, and we won't use Encore at this time. I just did it so it would look a little dressed up for you. And this is the end of the lesson. I'd like to see what you come up with your own design pattern looks like. I want you to use the commands that we used in this exercise. Enjoy. Goodbye.